Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Go figure, get the figures, let's make about 8.
Cash rule, cash rule,
When worst come to worst, my peoples come first. I was hardly making George before I'd written a verse. Kept my mind straight, no hate, work with my ambition. Invested in my ideas when nobody would listen. They told me I couldn't do it, so they think I could buy it. But they ain't even trying, ain't no need to deny it. Black continuity of hustle and grind. People been fighting centuries for lives like mine. Trying to look to a higher power, but what I didn't see is the seed of success lies deeper than me. Black Wall Street, gotta get the ground beneath my own feet. Gotta be the sole controller, march to my own beat. Stacking the capital to the best of my ability. More cash in the safe because I put it through liquidity. Started from the minor league, it's major here, but after practice, cracking the safe after we utilize these tactics. Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Go figure, get the figures, let's make about 8.
cash rule, cash rule,
When worst come to worst, my peoples come first. I was hardly making George before I'd written a verse. Kept my mind straight, no hate, work with my ambition. Invested in my ideas when nobody would listen. They told me I couldn't do it, so they think I could buy it. But they ain't even trying, ain't no need to deny it. Black continuity of hustle and grind. People been fighting centuries for lives like mine. Trying to look to a higher power, but what I didn't see is the seed of success lies deeper than me. Black Wall Street, gotta get the ground beneath my own feet. Gotta be the sole controller, march to my own beat. Stacking the capital to the best of my ability. More cash in the safe because I put it through liquidity. Started from the minor league, it's made.
All right, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, the Black Business School, and I want to welcome you to drboycetv.com. drboycetv.com is the home for smart Black people, for intelligent Black people, for Black people that want to do better with our lives, Black people that want to actually build the community, Black people that want to see Black people win, Black people who want to put Black people first, Black people who believe in the strength of our community, Black people who believe that we can be great, but we got to act great. If we want to be great, we got to act great. So be great. If you believe that Black people matter, if Black people are at the top of your priority list, if Black people are important to you, then type B1 in the chat. Put a B1 in the chat. That's our symbol. That's our universal code to let us know that we are all on the same page, that we all agree that we are in a battle against white supremacy, that we are out here trying to win. We're not trying to lose. And we are out here ready to question everything. We're out here ready to have all the hard conversations and all the discussions that mainstream media will not have. So if you believe that, if you are on code with this ideology, then please type B1 in the chat to let me know that we're on the same page. Also, I just sent a text message out to the family to let everybody know that we're live. If you want to get a text notification when we go live, just text the word Boyce to 31996. Type Boyce, text that to 31996. So somebody please put that in the chat so that other people can see it, so we can get it started. We can get it cracking. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now with you guys, because I want to show you all something that I have spent the last 24 hours. I have spent the last 24 hours talking to every Black woman within a 1,000-mile radius, because in this case, the women's opinions are the ones that matter. For right now on this issue, I wanted to hear from the ladies. I didn't want to really hear from the fellas as much. The men, we know Black men matter. We know Black men matter. But on this particular issue, I really wanted to hear from the ladies, because I wanted to make sure that I was on code in terms of being committed to what I tell you guys about the importance of respecting our sisters and respecting Black women. So I talked to a lot of Black women. I started with the queen that's in the house, who is a social work PhD, who is going to be a full professor in about a month. We think she's going to get the promotion. Being a full professor, that's a big deal. Getting a PhD is a big deal. Being a full professor is a bigger deal. Very few PhDs get to become full professors. So I wanted to speak to her. I spoke to women that I know, women I respect. I talked to women on social media. I put stuff on Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. You guys can go back and look at the dialogue we had on Instagram. We have about 161,000 people on Instagram that follow. So go to The Real Boyce Watkins if you want to follow us on the gram. I check Twitter. My Twitter, Dr. Boyce Watkins in the number 1. Dr. Boyce Watkins 1 is my Twitter. I checked Twitter. Then I went to YouTube, and on the YouTube blog, where we've got about 600,000 subscribers on different YouTube channels, I wanted to get your opinion. I even took a poll because I wanted to get this right, because I want to have a conversation about the protection of our women in a way that is productive. And I wanted to hear from women. So I listened to the men, but I listened to the women even more, because I was trying to figure out how to feel about this. And I'm going to share this with you guys on my screen right now. Here is an image of the latest Rolling Stone cover. Here is their latest image of their cover. It features 3 artists that you may or may not know about. You probably know about them now. Everybody's talking about it now. God, congratulations to them. I assume that if you're into white people mainstream media shit, that this is a big deal. I assume that if you care what white people think, then this is a big deal. I assume that if you're into what Hollywood thinks about you, I assume this is a come up. I assume that this is a win. But I'm looking at this image and I'm not seeing a win for the Black community. When I look at this image, my first gut reaction was, I said, my God, this is a goddamn motherfucking slap in the goddamn face. When I looked at this image and I see these beautiful Black women, they're all beautiful. God bless them. They're all beautiful. I wouldn't say attractive, but they're beautiful. And when I say attractive, I mean that I'm not, that's not something that's going to get me to want you to become Mrs. Watkins, but I get it. Right? We're going for the dominatrix look. We're going for the thug life. We're going for ghetto fabulous, right? That's what the white guys in the room were saying. Go, we need you to be thugged out so we can really, really, really be outrageous on this cover. One of them is an artist by the name of SZA, S-Z-A, I guess it's pronounced SZA. Megan Thee Stallion. So apparently she's a stallion. So she's like an animal, a farm animal, a horse or something. And I guess because I'm sure maybe she's got a stallion booty or something. I don't know. It sounds like a nice stripper name, apparently. I don't know. Strippers, apparently black women, if you want to get big in Hollywood, just go become a stripper, because right now strippers are winning. Right now hoes are winning. Right now, the Cardi B look is winning. And by the way, Cardi might be on her way to prison because they're trying to get her on a RICO charge up in New York. So they setting your ass up. Just so you know, they are the feds. They setting your ass up. They trying to do a Bobby Smurder on Cardi B right now. Go look it up. Cardi B's homegirl just got locked up by the feds. They coming after Cardi next. Cardi's the big fish. In China, they have a saying that the biggest fish always gets slaughtered. So they're going after Cardi right now. The third lady, I don't know this young lady, Normani. I assume she's talented. I assume she has fans. And she's beautiful. These are all beautiful Black women. And but I saw the image, and I did not see that image as a win for Black people. I just didn't. I know some of y'all, out here, some of the ignorant folks in the world, some of the people who don't understand how white supremacy works, some of the folks who think that being acknowledged by white people is somehow always a win. Maybe some of the folks who think that all money is good money, are looking at this image and saying, you go, girl. That's Black girl magic, y'all. That's Black excellence, y'all. And I'm going to say, when I look at that image, I did not see black excellence. I did not see black excellence. So let me tell you why. Let me break this down. I'm going to pull up a couple more images. Do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button, please. Right now, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. Subscribe. Also, if you're on Twitter, please retweet this right now. Facebook, please share it right now. On the count of 3, everybody hit a button, share it, thumbs up, whatever. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Please share, please retweet, push it out there. All right. So here's what I did, right? So I went and I talked to some people. I talked to a few people. One is a manager of a young ladies group that we had on Black Movie Night last night. You guys know that I told you guys, Black folks, we're going to take over media. We need to take over media so they stop misrepresenting our people. And I talked to a momager who is partly responsible for the creation of a young girls group, another group of 3 young, beautiful Black women by the name of the Royal Mix. And let me show this picture of the Royal Mix. The Royal Mix is out of Philadelphia. They're extraordinary performers. They're between the ages of 10 and 13. And I said, what do you think about this? I said, how do you feel as a Black woman, as a mom, as somebody who believes in the protection of Black women, who's done activism to protect Black women from all the predators out here? How do you feel when you see that image on Rolling Stone magazine, that image of SZA and Normani and Megan Thee Stallion? How do you feel when you see something like this? And so she starts to tell me a story. She says, part of the reason that our girls took a long time, part of the Royal Mix is getting big. Like, lots of people know about the Royal Mix now. Their group is officially famous. These little girls are signing autographs, going all over the country, performing all over the world, actually. And they're getting there. They're almost there. But she said part of the thing that slowed down their fame was that we didn't allow them to twerk. We said, you're too young to be twerking. We didn't allow them wearing outfits that show their bodies too much or showing their belly out with their stomach out. She said that's too much. And then what she did was she pointed out to me an article. She said, Dr. Boyce, read this article about the sexualization of Black girls. They call it adultification of Black girls. The adultification of Black girls. This is a study at Georgetown University, Georgetown Law Research, basically says that through media and entertainment, we adultify Black girls at an early age. We sexualize them at an early age. Now, I've told you all about this. I've told you all why I feel this is an important issue for our community to discuss. Because y'all act like the R. Kelly situations come out of nowhere. Y'all act like these predatory scenarios where you got a 30-year-old man having sex with a 14-year-old, y'all act like this just comes out of thin air or that somebody else did it. But I want to challenge your thinking a little bit. I want to challenge your thinking and get you to be a little open-minded and maybe consider the possibility that our actions are connected to what's happening to our little girls. That over-sexualizing them by mass promoting or by going along with white supremacist institutions' efforts to mass promote hypersexualized Black women plays a part in the over-sexualization of little Black girls. Let me read this article. It says this. It says, a groundbreaking study released today by Georgetown Law's Center on Poverty and Equality finds that adults view Black girls as less innocent and more adult-like than their white peers, especially in the age range of 5 to 14. The study, detailed in the new report, Girlhood Interrupted, the Erasure of Black Girls' Childhood, is the first of its kind to focus on girls and builds on previous research on adult perceptions of Black boys. That includes a 2014 study led by Philip Goff that found that beginning at age 10, Black boys are more likely to be viewed as older and guilty of suspected crimes than white peers. So that's why, in case you wonder why the little Black boys get shot by the cops, that's why. It's because they see a little Black boy and they don't see a boy, they see a grown-ass man. They don't see a young person with a bright future, they see a criminal. They don't see a kid who was just hanging out and playing. They like Tamir Rice with a toy gun. They see somebody with a gun in his hand. They see a predator. That's why the onslaught against Gayle King and CBS, the reason why I told you use the hashtag boycott CBS, which I hope you'll still use that hashtag, boycott CBS. Type the hashtag in here now so it'll get in the search engines. Please boycott CBS. The reason I told you guys I believe you should use this hashtag, I don't tell you what to do. I'm an advisor. I'm an advisor. As an advisor, I was saying use the hashtag boycott CBS every chance you get, is because when Gail asked Lisa Leslie that question about Kobe Bryant possibly being a rapist, she was participating in the labeling of the black man as a predator. So they see the boy as a predator and they see the little black girl as a hoe. They see your son as a predator. They see your little black daughter as a thought. They see her as a stripper in training, as a little baby hooker, as a hooker on training wheels. And that's why this imagery is so popular. And what makes it really just utterly fascinating is the fact that there are so many black people who go along with it, because y'all think that anytime a Negro is getting paid to do something, that must be a success. Y'all think that every time a black woman is on the cover of a magazine, that's a win for the black community. And I just want to try to challenge that thinking a little bit. I'm not trying to yell at you, because brainwashing takes a long time to decompose and deconstruct and reverse. But so all of us are a little bit mentally ill because white people have been educating you on this oppression for many, many years. They've been training you to accept your oppression for many years. But I just want to try to challenge your thinking a little bit. And I'm going to show you this. Let me give you another Exhibit C. Let me lay out Exhibit C. I put this on my Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. And I said, which one of these images is different from the other? This is a series of Rolling Stone magazine covers. I looked through quite a few. I probably looked through about maybe 60 of them. I didn't look through them all, but I looked through about 60 of them. And here at the top, I see Winona Ryder, the actress. I see Phil Everly. I see some other white lady. I don't know who the hell that is. I see Wonder Woman. If there's ever an excuse to put a woman in a whole uniform, right? Seriously, like if there's any reason to put a woman in a skimpy little outfit, it would be Wonder Woman. My God, Wonder Woman walks around in her drawers all day long. But even Wonder Woman is not scantily clad. Even Wonder Woman isn't dressed, in any way other than what appears to be somewhat decent. The next one is Adele. Then you got Elizabeth Warren, who's running for president. You would expect that image to not look like, she's an entertainer, because she's not. She's a politician. Fine, okay. But then get to the bottom. Look at the black people. Look at the black people. On the left, you have the Migos. And on the right, you have this image that I consider to be one of the most racist images ever used by Rolling Stone magazine, possibly one of the most racist images ever put on the cover of a magazine, period. But I got to go do the research. I think the one with LeBron as King Kong was probably took the cake. It was Vogue magazine or something like that. But look at the image of the Migos. This gives the image of black men as wanting to sit around and get high, right? Just like children. There was another image of what was it in the Sprite commercial where they were on big wheels, like they were grown men riding on big wheels. This actually ties back to the effort to make the black man to either keep him as a little boy or turn him into a little girl. They want black men not to be alpha males, not to be leaders. They want you to be either little boys or little girls. They want you as beta males or feminine males. And that's why Billy Porter in a dress is probably the most popular black male image in America right now, is Billy Porter wearing a big ass wedding dress. Looking very, very weird. And then you've got the Migos, who basically tell you that all black men want to do is sit around and get high all the time. And then in this one, this image of these poor ladies here, I would just be curious to know what their grandmas think, what their parents think. I don't know. I'm not judging, because I don't have a right. I'm not out here trying to tell women what they can and cannot wear. I'm not here to tell you any of that. I'm just here to tell you why they're asking you to wear it. So my battle, let's just be clear about this. My battle right now is not against any of these women that are in this picture. My battle is not against SZA. It's not against what's her name, Megan Thee Stallion. It's not against Normani. My battle is not against Lizzo. My battle is against Rolling Stone magazine. My battle is not against the black women that they're using. It is against the white supremacist systems that are using them. My battle was never against Lizzo. I never had an issue with Lizzo as a person. I could care less what Lizzo does. My battle was the system that decides that Lizzo should be the it girl when there's 1,000 other black women that they could have picked for the job. You gotta look at the bigger picture. People, small-minded people, and the narrative that media wants to create is, oh, there you go. There's a toxic black man with his toxic masculinity attacking black women. Come in, and they're like, come into our arms, black woman. We'll protect you from your toxic men. Here, put on these panties and get on the cover of the magazine looking like a hoe, right? Let me show you. Actually, I did some more research. I found another picture of Lizzo. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Please hit the thumbs up button. Let me show you Lizzo. Lizzo had a great Rolling Stone cover that was just so respect. I mean, just so perfect for Black History Month. Let me pull up Lizzo's cover. This is when black people make it, y'all. This is what y'all consider to be success and black excellence. That's why your community is losing, because you think excellence, you take coonery and you somehow mistake that for black excellence. So here I'm gonna make this image larger. There's Lizzo wearing a bikini, I guess, like with some like men next to her or something. There's another one of her. Somehow, for some reason, she's naked playing the flute. And got Jelly Rolls just kind of hanging out and all this other stuff. And it is what it is, right? Lizzo's who she's gonna be. I'm not making fun of that per se. Maybe I am a little bit, but at the end of the day, you know what it makes me also think about is this. Can anybody tell me yes or no if you know who this is? Give me the name of the person in this image. Who is that? Y'all remember that? Y'all know who that lady is? That is a woman called Sarah Bartman. Sarah Bartman was a black woman many years ago who basically fascinated white folks because she had extra curves. She had a big butt and a lot of things that a lot of black women have today. And they pretty much paraded her like a circus animal. And so when I see a Lizzo, I see what they did to Sarah Bartman. I see that sort of continuation of exploitation. You see, black people aren't really respected the way you think. Like, you really think that because they like your music or because they invite you to perform, that they respect and love your community. They don't really respect you. It's more so that you're kind of the people that white kids hang out with when they want to rebel against their parents, right? So when a white boy wants to be a little thugged out and a little crazy, he wants to go and hang out with the rappers because the rappers are into the thug life. The rappers ain't going to do nothing with their life. The rappers are on their way to prison. The rappers are the outlaws. They represent the drug culture. They represent, the just kind of like hang out criminal culture, right? So, but when they get serious, when they're like, okay, now we need to sit around and build a rocket ship to Mars, they'll be like, okay, we don't need black people around for that because black people aren't good for that. Black people are good for helping us rebel against our parents. They're good for giving us entertainment. They're good for giving us something that's really cool and exciting. But like we're excited, like they fetishize us, right? But they use you up and spit you out when they don't need you anymore. Because you can't tell me that any of these executives that run Rolling Stone magazine really truly respect the black women that are on the cover of this magazine. I would be willing to bet you that if you grabbed a random girl from the hood who was dressed like SZA, that they probably wouldn't want her around their children. They probably wouldn't want her marrying their son. Seriously, give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Give me a yes or no in the chat. If you are a white executive of Rolling Stone magazine, yes or no, do you think that the white executives at Rolling Stone magazine would approve of their white son marrying any of the women in this picture? These are beautiful black women. They're gorgeous women. They're just wearing outfits that I'm not so excited about what they're wearing, but they're beautiful women. Do you think that, and I'm sure they're intelligent too. They're successful artists. So you can't, hip hop artists are very smart, most of them. They believe it or not, especially the ones that know how to actually be really good lyricists. Right? Yes or no? Do you think that these white executives at Rolling Stone magazine would be pleased if their son brought home any of these women and said, this beautiful girl from the hood, this beautiful black Nubian queen is going to inherit our $1 billion fortune, daddy. Daddy, when I die, daddy, the 400 million that you're leaving me, this is all going to go to this woman and her homies in the hood, and her family in the hood. Like, do you think that they would be okay with that? No, they wouldn't. So you got to understand the difference between good attention and bad attention. You see, hoes always gonna get attention. There will never come a day where a woman can't show her booty on Instagram and not get at least a couple hundred likes if her booty is nice. If her booty's nice, she'll get a couple thousand, right? There'll never come a day where you can't go on Instagram and show some body parts as a woman and not get attention, even as a man. I mean, even as I see men do it too, and it's fine. I'm not judging. This is not gender specific. But getting attention doesn't mean people actually respect you. Like, just because they want something from you doesn't mean they actually care about you. So you got to know the difference between the two. Do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I want to say thank you to those of you who joined us last night for Black Movie Night. As you guys know, we're in the takeover business. We're taking over Black media, taking over the images of our people, and that's just what it's going to be. And also this weekend we're actually doing a Black Expert Empire seminar that's going to last the whole weekend. I think the website, if you want to join, that's free, also free for the community. It's basically how to become an expert and how to monetize your expertise. That's sponsored by the Black Business School. So if you'd like to join, go to blackexpertempire.com. That's Black Expert Empire, expert with a T, expertempire.com. So go to blackexpertempire.com and you can join the whole thing, because we're not just here to hang out and talk. We're actually here to learn. I shared a link. That's actually a more direct link. So feel free to use that link as well. And I'm going to put this link in the chat so you guys can all see it on all platforms. So there we go. So there's a link. So feel free to register. It starts tonight at 8 o'clock. It's going to be all weekend long. And so it's a digital business seminar, basically. And you can learn a whole lot from Al Duncan, who's made millions of dollars as a speaker. I'll be there, Boyce Watkins, etc. So feel free to go to blackexpertempire.com. All right, so let me kind of pop in and make a couple more points about this. So here's what, if you look in common, right? If you look at these magazine covers, and if you look at, for example, Taylor Swift. Now, Madam President pointed this out, that if you look at the Rolling Stone cover of, say, a Taylor Swift, I'm going to just share my screen directly here so you guys are able to kind of see what I'm seeing here. Look at Taylor Swift's different covers. I think she's been on Rolling Stone more than once. Taylor Swift is also a rock star. You don't see any images of her that are filthy or disrespectful or hoish or look like she works part-time in a strip club. Here's one image right here. I'm gonna make it big. See that? This is one. Here's another one. There's another one. Very tasteful, right? There's another one. Oh wait, sorry, we already did that one. Okay, let me see if there's any more. All right, here's another one. So Taylor's been on Rolling Stone magazine 3 times, and they've never dressed her like a hoe. Do you think that that's a coincidence? Like, do you think that there's something to that? Am I just talking out of my ass? Am I just making things up? Tell me if you're noticing a trend here. Tell me if you're noticing a trend. Now while you answer that question, I want to say thank you, Rob Mack, for your donation. He says more Black movie nights. There will be more Black movie nights. If you want to learn more about our Black movie night, where we actually feature Black directors and Black filmmakers on our platform, go to blackmovienight.net. That's blackmovienight.net. If you go there right now, you might go to the actual page, the landing page where we actually registered for last night. But we'll put a more permanent page up where you can check out all the directors that are up there, because we want to promote our own. We want to build our own. We want to own Hollywood. We want our own entertainment space. The reason I preach this to you guys, and I mention this to you over and over, is because we got to do this together. I can't just work with people to help create this if the community is going to go support stuff like that and not support stuff that's coming from your own community. To build industry, you need consumers that will come in and support the products that they like. So don't just be an unconscious consumer, be a conscious consumer. So let's see here. So Ramona Blake, thank you for your donation. She says the last Black Experts Empire program was one of the best investments I've ever made. Yeah, Ramona. Yeah, I know your story, Ramona. Ramona lost her job. She has a daughter, and she went through the Black Expert Empire curriculum. And Ramona actually, from what I understand, last time I checked, you hit 6 figures in the first year. And I hope that you're going even further into the 6 figures or maybe the 7 figures. So I'm very proud of you, Ramona, and I appreciate you sharing that, because I want everybody to take a look. The URL is blackexpertempire.com. That's blackexpertempire.com. Now, Jamie says Taylor's not a rapper. That might be true. So my question is, can you show me white rappers who have been dressed like that on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine? If I'm wrong, if you can show me, give me a yes or no. Have you ever seen a white person on Rolling Stone magazine, a white woman especially, dressed the way those black women were? Give me a yes or no. Have you ever seen, I'm gonna show the image again for some of y'all who came in late. Some of y'all just got here. I want to make sure, because I want to make sure that we don't have the wrong conversation. You see, when Snoop was speaking about Gayle King, they made it into a black men ain't shit conversation when it was all about the fact that Gayle King and CBS ain't shit, right? When Boosie made the comment about Dwayne Wade's child, I'm gonna say child because I don't know, like some of y'all want one pronoun, some of y'all want the other. Dwayne Wade's child, they made it into a Boosie attacks Dwayne Wade, Boosie attacks a child kind of conversation when actually that wasn't what it was. So what I want to do is make sure they don't hijack this conversation and make this into a Boyce against black women conversation, or Boyce against rappers conversation, or Boyce against SZA conversation, or Boyce against Megan Thee Stallion conversation, or Boyce against Normani conversation. No, here's what it's supposed to be. And I want you to repeat this anytime anybody tries to hijack it, because they did that with the Lizzo thing. When we talked about Lizzo, they tried to, that's how they control you. They try to make your own men into your enemy by falsely labeling conversations. That's what liberals know how to do. They know how to label people and call them names, and they think that that's their power. No, this is a Boyce. Let's be clear, motherfucker. This is a Boyce against Rolling Stone conversation. This is not a Boyce against SZA conversation. This is a Boyce against white media conversation. This is not Boyce against Megan Thee Stallion conversation. This is Boyce against white supremacy conversation. They have every right that they wish. If this is how they want to be and this is how they want to dress, then by God, they should dress this way. Every community has people that want to dress like this. Every community does. I'm sure if you go into the Jewish community, you will find some Jewish woman who loves to dress like a dominatrix and do her thing. And I say that it is completely her right to do that. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. You see, media representations matter for a minority community. When I say minority, not minority as in small, but minority as in we are not the majority of this country. So the Jewish community, you can bet your bottom ass that if the Jewish community was being represented in this way, they would be the first ones to step in and do it, because you saw how they shut down Michael Jackson just because he even mentioned them in a song. Anybody remember when they shut down Michael? They shut down Jay-Z when Jay-Z even mentioned them in a song. You remember how they shut down Jay-Z? So the same way they shut down Michael Jackson when he said their name, when they shut down Jay-Z when he said their name. Well, I'm here to shut down Rolling Stone because you're saying our name and you're saying it in a disrespectful way. Put some respect on our name. You cannot go around here portraying black women in a way that's different from the way you portray white women. You cannot go around here putting images like that of black women when I have never once, ever in the history of Rolling Stone magazine ever seen a white woman portrayed in that way. Somebody show me a magazine cover where white women were portrayed that way, and maybe we'll have a different conversation, but I have not seen it yet. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you following what I'm saying here? Do you understand the nature of this conversation? And I need y'all to understand it, because what's going to happen is, and I don't care if they come after me, it doesn't even matter. White people's words have no power here. Becky tears have no power here. The white man's voice doesn't have much power in this space, but I kind of want you to understand it so that when they try to shift the discussion, which they always do, you can say, no. He brought that up. Actually, he mentioned that. He said y'all were going to do that. And what he said was, he said, no, that's not true. This is not a black man versus black woman conversation. This is actually, his enemies are Rolling Stone. His enemy is racist media. His enemy is white supremacy. It's not any of the women in this picture. This conversation is not designed to attack the women in the picture. It's designed to protect the women in that picture. Because I would be willing to bet you. You see, I don't know did y'all see this? Anybody see this? I did some research as well, and I was looking. What was it? I think it was SZA. I don't know what happened, but that rapper SZA, one of the ladies in that picture, she actually said on Twitter, she said, "I am never going to do another magazine cover again. I am never going to do another interview again." Now, I don't know how you're going to have a career when you don't do any interviews and you don't do any magazine covers, but and then remember, rappers be saying shit like they retire and then they don't retire. Like Jay-Z retired 20 years ago. I don't know if y'all remember Jay-Z talking about I'm retiring. Everybody, and Lil Wayne said everybody's always saying I'm gonna retire, but they never retire. I don't get that. I guess they're doing the Michael Jordan thing because Michael Jordan did that. But she literally did say that. Now I don't know what happened. I would be willing to bet you that she too has an issue with that portrayal. I think that she doesn't like it because I don't think this is a flattering image. I mean, it kind of let me pull it back up again. It's kind of like SZA's the one right here that's kind of hanging with the belly out and stuff. It almost comes off like she's like, you ever see, like you got like hoes and you got strippers, but she looks like a tired stripper, like a tired hoe, like who might be like pregnant, might have got shot at the club, like she's really been through some stuff. Like you got like tired hoes. Like I'm just like, I've been hoeing for so long. Like I'm just exhausted now. Like some, like, okay, get it on. Like, do you want me to, like, what you want me to do? Like, just make sure you pay me my $50. Like, that's kind of what she look. Now this one here, Normani, she looks like she's a little uncomfortable. Like she doesn't do this all the time. And she's just trying to be sexy. And so maybe she's the youngest of the group. You see that? I don't know if y'all see that. And Megan Thee Stallion just looks kind of thugged out, like this is my big moment and I'm really gonna own this because somebody told me that this is what it means to be successful. And so I mean, why wouldn't they think that, right? Why wouldn't they think that ratchetry wins? Why wouldn't they think that the hoes are winning? Seriously, I mean, you see the top Black female artists being promoted to Black girls right now are Cardi B and Lizzo. Now, just to remind you, Cardi B talks extensively on Instagram. I don't talk about stuff without researching. I do research this. I watched many Cardi B videos on Instagram before she even became famous. And I was watching videos where she was talking about how she can, what she can do in the bedroom. I heard her. I heard her when she confessed to how she would drug men and steal their money and rape them and stuff. She would basically do what Bill Cosby did, except she gets away with it because she's a woman and or whatever. If she was a man, she'd probably be in jail. I saw Lizzo on TikTok, an app for children, where she was actually about to suck a man's you-know-what. Like, go look it up. I'm not making this up. I'm just literally giving y'all facts here. And then also I saw the other day where Lizzo was on Instagram naked twerking. Now, here's what I just want you to kind of just not forget, though. You see, when they portray the Black woman in this way, when they portray this imagery to your Black girls, your daughters are watching this and they're looking up to this. Like, they're looking up and saying, ooh, I want to be like you when I grow up. Like, if SZA shows up at an elementary school, all the little Black girls are going to get super excited. Or if Megan Thee Stallion shows up, they don't really, maybe they still don't understand what that means. Like Megan Thee Stallion, how that's a sexualized kind of name, like that's a stripper name. But these are their role models. They're not trying to, they're not thinking like, I'm going to be a lawyer, doctor, or a rocket scientist. They're thinking, oh, I want to be a hoe so I can do what I'm hearing in these lyrics every day when I'm on my way to school. So what happens is, and you go back to this study that I was reading to you guys earlier, the Georgetown University Law study that said that Black girls are sexualized at an early age, that they're introduced to sexual concepts at an early age. What that does is that you're basically preparing them to become victimized by the R. Kellys of the world. You've got a 12-year-old girl who barely likes boys and don't really know nothing about sex isn't gonna go want to get in the car with a 30-year-old man and go and and let him take her to McDonald's and buy her a Gucci purse. Like, a 12-year-old girl who doesn't understand these things isn't gonna go along with that. It's the fast girl a lot of times who says, ooh, I'm grown. I can go get in the car with this grown man. And next thing you know, you got a victim on your hands. So what you have to come to terms with as Black people is that when you're cheering these things on, and I don't want to make anybody feel bad, I really don't, but I have to tell you the truth because I love you enough to do that. You have to understand that you're feeding the R. Kellys of the world. You're feeding the predators of your community. You're feeding them, like you're preparing them, like almost the way, like if you, when Alicia makes a chicken, she gets it ready, she'll baste it and put seasoning on it and then cook it for a certain amount of time at 350 degrees until it's just right and it's nice and juicy and plump and ready to eat. Like she prepares the food for me to consume. So that's what you're doing. You're taking your little girls, you're doing them the same way they do hookers. They do geisha girls over in Japan, or the way they might do hookers down, in Latin America or something. Little girls, you're taking them and you're introducing them to sex at an early age. You're training them on a subconscious level on sexual behavior and sexual activity. They're listening to Cardi B every day. So when Cardi B says in her lyrics, this is a real lyric. She says, "Shake a little ass, get a little dough. Shake it real fast, get a little mo," right? So the little girl's memorizing that. Like, okay, if I want money, I shake my ass, right? And then as she starts to grow into herself and she starts to menstruate and all these other things, which actually biologists will say that when a woman starts to menstruate, her pheromones start attracting males. Go read it, go look it up. I'm not just making this up. This is all scientific. So when she starts to menstruate, she's releasing pheromones that attract adult males. So she's also getting curves. Black girls, y'all know how black girls grow up a little faster in terms of body stature, right? We just have it like that. Black people just have something in us that makes us grow up physically a little bit faster than other people. So she's got the curves. She's been getting trained psychologically, and she thinks she's grown, and maybe she's not even a virgin anymore when she's in the 6th or 7th grade. Next thing you know, and on top of that, I forgot about this. Also, her daddy is not in the house. So her daddy's at prison, either in prison, or maybe her daddy's just, down the street or wherever, because they remove the fathers, because that's how you prey on the children, is you get the father out of the house, because the father is the protector. And so she's struggling economically, because in many cases, her single mom can barely pay the bills. So her mom's working 2 or 3 jobs. So the little girl, who's been sexualized at an early age, is home by herself every day. So she's got plenty of free time to explore and to discover and to sneak away and to do all kinds of things. And then, so she's sitting there, she's got no money. She's got plenty of free time. She thinks she's grown. She thinks she's ready. Like, I might be young, but I'm ready. Y'all remember that? Y'all know that song? Anybody heard that song? I might be young, but I'm ready. Right? Remember that? So she might be young, but she thinks she's ready. And then next thing you know, you hear boom, boom, boom. You hear the bass and the music from the car. And you hear, they're like, "Ooh, girl, who is that?" And you look down the street and you see a big, shiny Bentley. She's never seen a Bentley before. It doesn't take much to impress a 6th grader, right? And she sees that it's R. Kelly, and she's like, "Oh my God, girl, that's R. Kelly. He's famous, girl. He gonna make you famous, right?" And next thing you know, R. Kelly's like, he's like, "Why don't you get in? Why don't you go for a ride with me in this car?" Right? And then next thing you know, the romancing is taking place, right? It's a sick process. It's unhealthy, but the problem that you have as a community is that you kind of push that little girl in that direction. Like, you pushed her into the arms of these predators when you do this, when you sexualize them at an early age, when you're sitting there quietly while little 7-year-old girls are looking up to the Lizzos of the world, looking up to the Cardi B's of the world. I mean, looking at a stripper, not to say that you should be ashamed if you're a stripper. If you're grown and you want to strip, I don't even judge you. I don't even care. I'm not going to marry a stripper. I'm just going to be honest with you, but I don't judge you. Like, strippers are actually really intelligent, hardworking people. Like, seriously, I went to a strip club one time for a bachelor party, and I was utterly fascinated by their athleticism. I was like, my God, these are some strong women. And she must have really practiced thousands of hours to know how to climb a pole that high. Did anybody see the video of the stripper who fell off the fucking pole? Like, she was so high. She should go work for the fucking telephone company. Oh my God. Like, did you see how high she was on that pole when she fell? Did anybody see that? Tell me if you saw that same video that I saw with the stripper that was on the pole, that like fell off the pole. And I was sitting there thinking, my God, how did you get that high in the first place? You need a helicopter to go up that high, but they're that talented. Like, so I ain't even hating on strippers. I don't care. I'm not here to undermine strip culture at all. I'm just here to say, can we at least agree on one basic idea? Can we agree on one tiny thing? Can we fucking protect the children? Can we at least have enough decency as a community to agree that it takes a village to protect a child? Can we at least agree on that? Give me a yes or no. Please give me a yes or no in the chat. Can we at least as a community go get your money? Go get on Rolling Stone magazine. I don't care. Show up on Rolling Stone magazine with your vagina out. It's up to you. I don't care. Whatever it is, whatever I do, okay. Can we at least agree that we want to protect our little girls and not glorify hoology at an early age? Can we at least agree on that? Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also, if you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, please go to drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. Also, don't forget this weekend, we're doing a free, totally free business seminar online that you can join. It's a Black Expert Empire, and it's all about how to turn your expertise into a business. So if you'd like to join us tonight and all weekend with Al Duncan, please go to blackexpertempire.com. That's Black Expert, expert with a T, expertempire.com, blackexpertempire.com. Let me share one more piece of information with you guys. I did a survey. Of you all, because I really want to make sure people understand what I'm trying to do here by having this conversation. I am not trying to regulate people's sexuality. I am not trying to tell anybody what they can and cannot do when it comes to how they want to show their body. I'm not here to tell SZA or Megan Thee Stallion or Normani what they can't do in their music, because I just don't give a shit. I'm simply trying to talk about how Rolling Stone's decision to portray Black women in that particular way is an insult to Black women everywhere, because you've got plenty of talented artists out here who are not going to dress like that on a magazine cover. You've got plenty of Black women out here singing their asses off, rapping their asses off, who are honestly sick and tired of the fact that in order to get an opportunity to do that, you got to come out dressed like a $2 hoe. You got to come out and dress like this to get anybody to pay attention to you. This is not the fault of the women involved. This is the fault of white supremacy. This is the system that you're in. This is what happens when you don't build your own media and you wait for white people to acknowledge you. They're always going to acknowledge the very worst of you. They're not going to acknowledge the best of you. And I think that it's something that should offend all of us. I personally become sad and insulted by it. And thank God somebody agrees with me, because, you know, I did a survey. Because I was talking to Alicia. I was like, you know, every time, you know, we talk about the defense of Black women and the imagery of Black women, we get all these people that want to try to falsely flip it into a Black male toxic masculinity, Black man who hates Black women kind of narrative. Dr. Boyce was attacking SZA. I told y'all 10,000 times that I ain't got nothing against SZA. I'm not even talking about SZA. I'm talking about white supremacy and racism. I'm talking about Rolling Stone. So if you want to be accurate, if you really want to be accurate, then please portray it for what it is. And it's okay. People are going to lie. People are going to make things up. People are going to say things that are incorrect. But I'm going to show you guys. Let me show you. I looked up Cardi B's magazine cover. And here's her cover, right? So she's on the cover with Offset. I think that's her husband. And she's pregnant. You know, pregnancy's beautiful. Motherhood is amazing. It's powerful. It's a miracle. Yeah. But like, look at that. I don't know. I don't know what to. I'm speechless. I have nothing to say. Let me show you her other magazine cover. Here's another one. She got her tongue out. What do you think it means when a stripper hooker has her tongue out? Because you know she was making money. If she's making money shaking ass and drugging men and robbing them, so you know she was selling vagina too, right? So again, these are your new role models. This is Happy Black History Month, right? So this, you know, again, I really don't really know. I just want to challenge you guys to tell me. Show me where they are portraying the white women in the same way they're portraying the Black women. I think that's the question I'd like to ask. Have you ever, give me a yes or no, have you ever seen white women, white pop stars, even white rap stars portrayed in a way that is so hypersexualized and is so degrading? So, you know, so it is what it is. You know, and I guess the best thing I can do to really show that respect as well as I can. Because y'all know sometimes I say stuff, maybe sometimes it comes out and makes me sound like I'm an asshole. Because it could be maybe it's because I'm mad. I'm just mad. I'm tired of our people being disrespected. I'm tired of seeing black women treated like little hoes. I'm tired of black men being labeled as thugs. I'm tired of white media using us to rebel against their parents. I'm tired of them, making us into like these outrageous outlaws. Like that's what it is. You become to them. You become almost like a novelty. You become like this gimmick, like a freak show, right? Like you can't disconnect what you're seeing in media now to what they did to poor Sarah Bartman back in the day, where they were just like, look at this black woman when she's naked. Look at the shape of her body. Look at how outrageous she is. And Dr. Claude Anderson actually talked about this, how during slavery, the way slaves would gain the favor of the master is they would always do things more outrageous than white people did. So if a white man wore a hat, the black man would wear the hat backward, right? Or if the white man wore his boots, the black man would cut the feet out of the boots and be like, look at me, boss, look at me. I'm walking around with boots, but they ain't got no feet in them, right? Like we've always survived. We call it creativity, and we are creative people. But sometimes what you think is creativity is actually cooning. It's actually coonography, where you are basically trying to be as outrageous as you can be so you can keep the attention of white people, because for many black entertainers, attention from white people is how they survive. Many of these artists, if you go to their concerts, and you can find the most thugged out black man in America, and he'll be on stage, just nigga this, nigga that. I shot a nigga yesterday. I shoot Negroes for breakfast, like whatever, right? Like he'll be doing all that. And if you look out in the crowd, you'll see mostly white people. So I kind of want you to really process what that really means and what that looks like, right? You've got a crowd full of white people cheering on the mass extermination of black people. And what's happening is they're cheering it on because when they see a black person engaging in this behavior, when they see a black person rapping and singing about how wonderful it is to see a black man die, they think that means it's okay. They think, okay, well, black people are co-signing on this, so this is our permission to go along with it and to celebrate. Because at the end of the day, they do want your black ass dead, in case you didn't know. Like really, again, you go back to the images that I showed you earlier, Megan Thee Stallion and all that. These are not women that they want in their house. These are not women they want marrying into their family. These are not people that they look up to and admire. These are people that have tremendous entertainment value. And one of the things that black people have to understand, I love you too, babe. One of the things that black people have to understand is that there is a difference between being the entertainment versus being a respected colleague, right? They're not the same thing. And so the last little image I'll show you guys is this group was featured for our Black movie night. So rather than complaining, we should be promoting what we love instead of talking about what we hate. So I don't hate Megan Thee Stallion. I don't hate SZA. I don't hate Normani. I just want us to have some diversity. So this is a group called the Royal Mix. The Royal Mix is a group of young ladies out of Philadelphia. They work extremely hard. They're extremely talented, and they have a big problem. Their big problem is that black people and white people won't support them as much as they should, because these little girls are not walking around twerking. They don't get as much support from mainstream media because they're not wearing skimpy little outfits. They don't get as much support as they deserve because they're not out talking about what they'll do for you in the bedroom, right? But I would encourage you guys to find the things in your community that you love, the things that you care about. And then what this does is this actually helps the SZAs and the Lizzos and the Cardi B's, because if we have balance and diversity in Black entertainment, then we can have an option for everybody. So the existence of a Lizzo is not what bothers me. It's the fact that Lizzo, it becomes the it girl, the thing. She becomes the main thing that everybody is seeing, and they're not seeing, they're not seeing things like this. They're not seeing things like this because it's drowned out by things like this. They're not seeing this because they're all seeing this, and this, and the Sarah Bartman and this. This is what they're all seeing, and they're not seeing the talented Black women and talented Black men in our community. So if we have balance, then maybe this wouldn't be as much of a conversation topic. Perhaps I could just say, yeah, they over there, they doing the whole thing. That's cool. That's for adults. But here we got some talented Black women that fit a narrative of our community that many of us can vibe with a little bit better. A narrative that does not feed the predators, a narrative that does not feed the stereotypes, a narrative that does not feed white supremacy, a narrative that does not feed Black genocide, a narrative that does not feed Black male drug addiction that's being promoted through hip hop artists, right? So that's what I would say. I would say not so much, I'm not saying let's get rid of the SZAs and the Lizzos. I'm saying let's make sure that there's a balance so that we're not portrayed in one way. So Rolling Stone magazine, if you're watching this video, that's what I challenge you to do, is go find you some Black women that actually act like they got some goddamn sense, that ain't dressing like they trying to sleep with 10 guys tomorrow afternoon, who actually represent the community in a way that reflects the rest of us. And then we're good. Just give us the same treatment that you give the white women. But really, at the end of the day, we need to become the new Rolling Stones of our communities. We need to be the ones who control that media. We need to be the ones who can actually feature and highlight the artists that we love and that we respect the most. So if you believe that Black people should come first, and we should value our community first, type B1 in the chat so we can get on code before we bounce out of here. Everybody type B1 in the chat. Also, if you want to know where those young ladies are, you can find, they are the Royal Mix. Royal as in queens. They wear little crowns and tiaras on their head. That's how they carry themselves. That's how they roll. They roll as queens. And part of the reason that they roll as queens is because they're not trying to fit the narratives of Black females and Black women that are already out here, in media. So in fact, let me see if I can find, see if I can do a Google search so you guys can see some of the images of the Royal Mix. So let me see here, hold on. And you can follow them on any social media platform, The Royal Mix. Just look up The Royal Mix. So here they are with their manager. Here's an image. I'll make the images big so you can kind of see some of the imagery that they pick. And they're very conscious in terms of making sure that the images are cool and fun and trendy, but they're not, a Black woman does not have to be ratchet and halfway naked to show her talent. And I think that's the thing that ends up getting me the most is, why can't we just have a deeper narrative, a more diverse narrative of the Black woman that goes beyond what we saw in Rolling Stone magazine? So again, this is not against SZA. This is not against the Lizzos. This is not against Megan Thee Stallion. This is against Rolling Stone magazine. This is against white supremacy. This is against racial stereotypes. I say that repeatedly so that if mainstream media grabs onto this conversation, y'all don't let them change the narrative and make this like they did with the Lizzo thing, where it became Black man hates this Black woman because she wants to run around and be a naked little thought. Like, no, I don't care if Lizzo is a thought. She can do whatever she wants. Just don't be messing with our children while you do it, because a lot of little girls are being victimized because they're being sexualized at an early age. You can't prepare your children for the predator and then get upset because somebody preyed upon your child when you were sexualizing them the entire time. So that's it. That's my 2 cents. Do me a favor. Please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, you can get it for free. Go to drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. Also, we have a really cool lecture that you can actually have for free. It is how to build a multi-million, billion-dollar legacy in your family across generations. So if you want to go check that out, just go to billiondollarfamilies.com. That's billiondollarfamilies.com. I am a finance professor. I was the only Black man in America to get a PhD in finance during the year 2002. During that year, I was the only one on the planet, only Black man on the planet to get that degree, only African-American anyway that I know of. I don't know of anybody else. So I use this PhD to educate the community because we are going to take over this game. That is what we're going to do. In this century, Black people are going to control the narrative for Black people. Black people are going to control our destiny. We're going to control our outcomes. We're going to control our media. We're going to control our businesses. And we are going to take on any challenge that is put before us. And we have no fear of challenging everything. There is no institution that is sacred. We will go and we will move forward deliberately and with strength, through the strength of the Black family, by reclaiming what we had before they integrated us into a burning house, and we are going to become what we're supposed to be. So if you agree with me that we want to make Black people great again, let's use a Trump slogan, we're going to make Black people great again, then I need you to just tell me that you're going to do your part with your family, your children, your life, believe in yourself, be strong, be Black, and don't apologize for shit. I got to go, guys. Have a good day. I love you, and thank you for listening. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.